When it comes to winter, a lot of golfers ask what golf clubs should they have in their golf bag. What golf clubs should they potentially change to? Should they get a new driver, some new fairway woods, maybe some new irons? And likely last on the mind is potentially a new putter. Today we're out here with mid-handicap Dave. As you can see, a lot of head covers, but not as many as normal, Dave.
No, that's right.
So we can still use trolleys here at Lindrick, so we're out here today and we are going to be playing with half a set of golf clubs. So into the winter, a lot of places here in the UK, just like Garforth, you have to carry your bags. Other people can learn from having less golf clubs in your bag. So if we're going to go through the 7 golf clubs Dave's got in his bag today, which he's going to use throughout the winter to try and help him going into next season. First up is everybody's favourite. We've still got the driver in there. Right, Dave, you just said this driver was going well at the weekend. You did this at the weekend, you got rid of half of your sex you was carrying, so you put the exact clubs that you was using on the previous weekend into this golf bag today. But what I would recommend here at the top end of your bag, whether you've got a 3-wood, a 5-wood, a mini driver, whatever's the club you are most confident with, the most comfortable with off the tee, get that in your bag. That is a fantastic drive. One of the best swings of the year, I'll give you there, Dave.
Thank you.
And that is straight down the left-hand side of the fairway. Dave just wanted me to show you this. This is exactly where it was struck. And he said, just like Saturday.
Yeah, just like Saturday, mate.
Now, one thing here is if you go through your bag and you think about golf clubs you could put in and take out, then if there's one that you're struggling with, maybe your driver is a club that you struggle with and you want to practice with it over the winter, then put that in. Maybe you'll have a couple more clubs at the top end of the bag and you might sacrifice a wedge or have a bigger gap down there, or maybe have even 8 clubs in there. It's still going to lighten the load, but also get you playing different shots and thinking about your game a little bit more. It's not a case of, right, it's 150, that is my 7-iron, I just hit 7-iron. You have to think about the shots you're going to play, think about getting the ball position right, how far to swing back, and this could really help you improve going into next year. Again, those comments below, guys. Do you do this, or are you going to try? That's what me and this man really want to know. Right, Dave's just done the classic and said, oh, that's not gone very far. But Dave, it is winter golf.
Yeah.
We do still have pristine fairways here at Lindrick. However, they are wet. It has rained, Dave. So unfortunately, that golf ball,
it's not middle of summer like it.
He's not going to get your 40 yards run that you normally get. So it's from here now. Obviously, we look into the golf bag. We've got options here. So we do have, next year we do have a 6-8 pitching wedge, and there is a wedge under there, as well as that putter. So those are the 7 clubs that Dave has chosen. So what is the club of choice here?
Kind of thinking just knock that 6 down.
Yep. So again, this is a par 5, guys. So it's just about keeping this in play, playing simple golf. 6 hybrid is the club of choice. There's an interesting video coming soon about if Dave was going to say any of these clubs are safe in his bag for next year, which ones would they be? Is there going to be some changes over this winter? We're going to be testing a lot of products soon. Like I say, what brands do you want to see us test? What are you really looking forward to seeing? That's a prime example of the hybrid there. Not your perfect strike, Dave.
Very skinny, wasn't it?
But straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
exactly
fine.
what we want. And there was some comments the other week, Dave. Obviously, we asked what people's favourite breakfast sandwich was. And they was asking what would Dave go for? Is he a full breakfast man? Is he a sandwich man?
Normally a full breakfast, but if I'm just going to sandwich, it has to be bacon and tomato.
Bacon and tomato.
Although I've sent you a couple of pictures recently of full breakfasts I've had at a nearby cafe.
Yeah, it's obviously retirement. You're just enjoying retirement, Dave, aren't you?
Yeah, just had a steady walk into Wakefield.
That's it, bit of fried bread.
Oof, no, it won't. No fried bread, mate. Toast.
Thought I'd get you there. Right, let's get down there. Doesn't look very far, this, Dave, does it?
No.
So, the only winter green here at Lindrick. How far have we got?
87.
87. So, bottom end of the bag, you've got a pitching wedge in there. You've also got a 52-degree Tacoma wedge. So, what would be the club of choice for this shot? A little bit into the breeze.
Might just try and do that Tacoma wedge, Chris.
Right, let's see it then, Dave. Can we give ourselves a birdie chance with only half a set of clubs. And this is the point of this video, guys. You can learn a lot from this. If there's different shots you can start to play.
I know what I'll do.
I keep putting that clip in actually, Dave.
I'll do what Sam Torrance told me to do and clean the ball.
Yeah, I'll put that on screen.
In his dulcet tones when he just looked at me. As if I was somebody he should be scraping off his shoes, and shook his head and went, clean the ball, Dave.
He just went, David, are you going to clean that ball?
And I thought I actually had.
It's nice how that should come round exactly as we want.
Yeah, should be fine, that, Chris.
And it has. This is an interesting part of the bag for me, because you don't have to have 4 or 5 wedges in there, / 3 or 4. We can just get 1 wedge in there. Dave's gone for his 52 degree, which is right in the middle of the pack between his pitching wedge and his 56. He doesn't carry the 60 at all times. So this is where you're probably going to start to learn different shots. You're going to start to think, okay, I can open this 52 up a lot and I can play this shot, right, I can put it back in my stance and I can play this shot. And you'll start to get a little bit more creative with shots, and you'll start to find that your short game improves from just using 1 wedge, because you've actually got to learn how to use it in different situations. And when we're playing in the winter and we're not necessarily playing for anything, a lot of the times it's just going to be more social golf, and this is the time to do that, to reap the rewards when it comes into the summer season. We're playing for board comps, we're playing for captain's weekend, or we're playing for the club championships. This is all things that can help. So we can see here, although it's a temporary green, it's a pretty large temporary green that is looked after all year round. Because down there, unfortunately, it does get a little bit wet, especially with the rain we've had. You can see levels of water are rising, but we've done well. Middle of November, Dave.
Do you know what? This green is as good as a lot of greens at courses that you get in the summer, mate.
It is. Great job by Dan and the team, as always, here at Lindrick. So, another downhill slider for you, Dave. But we've got a birdie putt, half a set of golf clubs, birdie putt on the first. Do we make golf too complicated?
I think my brain makes golf too complicated
well, that's
at
very
times,
true.
Chris.
Now we're spending money we don't need to spend.
Oof.
On extra clubs.
More bacon sandwiches and less golf clubs, Chris.
Exactly, more bacon and Tommies for Dave.
Oh, thought I'd got that then.
It was a great effort there, Dave. Tap that in for your par. And we'll move on to what we could say is your favourite golf club in the bag. And the most expensive. So Dave, on to the next hole now. We've got a relatively short par 4. We are off the winter tees like we've just mentioned. You going Zexio?
Yeah, just put it in play. Try and hopefully make sure that I'm playing from the fairway.
Yeah, so this is the second club in Dave's bag. So we saw we've had in there, we do have the driver. We then did also have some short irons that we used into the green. And we know we had the trusty putter in there. So 7 clubs. What 7 clubs would you go for? Get in those comments below and let us know.
And we're saying 7, aren't we? Because that's basically half in the set that I normally have. And
yeah,
obviously I don't really fancy carrying 14 around.
No, a lot of times you carry. Obviously today Dave is using his trolley. Here at Lindrick we've still got trolleys on, but a lot of times this time of the year you might be going for a lighter bag like mine with hardly any golf clubs in, because your course recommends that or advises that. Nice strike. So just to that left hand side, that should be in a good position, Dave. That'll take actually some of the corner off there. And this is a club that you've obviously liked for a long time now.
Yeah, it's getting up for 2 years now, isn't it?
Probably the most expensive club in Dave's golf bag, and for a reason, because at the end of the day, the price has given us performance.
It has, yeah. You can't go wrong with it.
Let's get down there. And guys, obviously what this will also do for you is, like we've already mentioned in this video, is just give you a little bit more concentration. You have to think about your shots a little bit more. In the summer, we get a yardage and we just think, oh, that's just a full one of these. But you're not thinking about if you slightly misstrike that. This is going to get you thinking. You might slow your swing down. You might find that you actually find the centre of the club, strike it a little bit better, and your dispersion comes in, and you start to hit more greens and lower your scores without having all your clubs in your golf bag, and then you get to the season and you think, why bother putting them all in? But you have paid for them, just like Dave. So let's get up there now. Let's have a look what Dave's got in his bag. Obviously at the low end, we've seen that he has used a mid-iron on here. Let's see what else he has, because he's took a bit of a tiger line with that Zexio. Okay, so Dave, we have left ourselves in position relatively A. We've missed this tree. 114 yards playing.
118.
Which is what club in this golf bag? So
it would.
There we've got 6. We've got P in there. We've got 8, and we've got a wedge down there as well as putter. So what would it normally be? Would it be the 9 iron?
It'd be the 9. So I'm thinking go 8, seeing as we're almost in winter.
We are. It is very gloomy here today at Lindrick. So yeah, 8 iron is a club of choice. You can see that trouble is short, so we want to be past there. We want to be a little bit long. Just a steady one of these, a nice controlled one should, famous last words, get us on there. I believe we're up there, Dave.
Yep, it's fine. Want
There
the
we
best
go.
strike in the world, but
On the
it's
back,
up there.
on the back edge, Dave.
Yeah.
So we can see some work being done by the fantastic green staff here at Lindrick, but we can also see a pitch mark there, which Dave will repair, but stopped pretty quickly. So even there, relatively low, didn't launch as we expected. The back edge of the green, it's not in the trouble. We've now got one of Dave's 7 clubs out that we've already seen, the trusty putter, the Golf Punk arm lock, which, like we did before, we put on the highlight reel, Dave. It's something that certainly really helped your game.
Yeah, I mean, I got
dead
this
in.
particular model towards the end of the season, and that because I originally had the one that were yours that we're giving away. So this will fitted more for me because you didn't believe that I was like 6'3".
Very true, Dave. Just like James Robinson.
Yeah,
Let's see a 2-putt then, Dave. So probably 25 feet away here, downhill, sliding putt. Other than that, easy. And that is a great paced putt.
moved a bit at
Dave.
the end more than I thought it would, Chris. But
It did, but these are the ones that
Good
it's
pace.
really helped you with.
yeah,
And it's that time of the year, guys, when you're potentially thinking about new clubs, and if you are, what brands are you looking forward to seeing in the coming months? But if you're thinking about hybrids, then don't overlook the guys at 11, because you can go and get fitted with Nick, an absolutely fantastic fitter, also the designer of all these golf clubs, which have helped Dave make easy pars just like we've seen. So 7 clubs in the bags, 2 easy pars for a 14 handicapper. That's not a bad start at all. Let's jump on to a par 3. Let's see how he does there. So Dave's got his 8 iron here. We're on the winter tee on the 11th hole here at Lindrick. Fantastic hole. A nice one of these should leave him in the middle of the green. And that is a fantastic swing. Straight at it.
well, I thought that would in then.
And Dave, obviously it wasn't the perfect number for your 8 iron there, but
No.
you've just, for me, it looked like a lot more in balance there. We'll put it obviously back on screen there. Fantastic motion, in balance, and we'd take that. And is that something that you've obviously seen over years doing this, that you do find yourself actually playing quite well in the winter and then the wheels fall off in the summer?
Yeah, and I never really sussed out why.
Well, we just need to play simple shots, the correct club. It doesn't have to be walloped. Let's see if we can finish under par.
Oh, Rob, referee.
Nobody likes to see that, day, but a good 3.
Well, I nearly swore then.
And guys, if you are looking to improve this winter, and if you're having to carry your golf bag, take some out. Start to think about what clubs you should have in your golf bag. If there's something at the top end of your bag you're confident with, keep that in there. Maybe if you're trying to work on your driver, that could be in. You could go up to 8 clubs. Then don't overcomplicate it. Let's get maybe odds or evens in your golf bag, so you have to think about shots, really start to think, right, if I just smooth this out a little bit, you might actually find yourself finding the centre of the club a little bit better, hitting better golf shots, just like that one on screen that Dave's just hit there. and getting your scores down next year. Guys, we've got some interesting videos coming up in the coming weeks. We do have a potential change. Dave is going to see some prototype irons that could potentially go into the bottom end of his bag. But what are you looking forward to? Let us know. Let us know what you want Dave to test, myself to test, and we'll see you very soon.